So throughout my lifetime of basically every single iPhone that has ever came out, there's been one iPhone that I can kind of remember that pretty much everyone didn't like, or people thought it wasn't that big of an upgrade, when in reality I thought it was probably one of the biggest upgrades of all time. And it wasn't necessarily the iPhone 10, and it really wasn't even one of the newer iPhones. You can probably tell from the B-roll of this video. It was actually the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus, but in particular the iPhone 6S Plus. This was, in my opinion, one of the most impactful and one of the most important iPhones ever made. And now that this iPhone has been pretty much discontinued for many years now, and the fact that this iPhone is kind of still getting software support in and of itself is kind of insane, I think it's always good to kind of come back and look at these types of devices and understand what can we learn from a device like this. Now, what Apple did back in 2015 was they basically just went through and they released this awesome iPhone. I think it was a really good iPhone. And the thing with this device was that it was pretty much, they were basically bringing in the same body as before, but they were upgrading internals and they were even upgrading some of the exterior as well, which I thought was a really smart move. Now, what Apple did here was that they kept the same price. They kept the same body size, and they pretty much went through and doubled everything. They went through, they first of all, helped, fix the body, because there was a lot of if you remember, there was a lot of that bend gate situation going on. Apple went ahead and addressed that within this specific device. They also went through and they pretty much upgraded the internals like crazy. The cameras ended up getting a lot more updates. Just that alone was insane. They went through and improved the body again, like I mentioned. They improved the RAM. They doubled the amount of RAM going from the previous generation to this generation, which was insane. And that's a lot of RAM to have in a device in this specific one. They also went through and they gave us a better chipset, and they improved the cameras like crazy within this generation as well. It was the first iPhone where we could film 4K at 30. So that was something that was really cool in and of itself, and something that made me very, very happy. Now, it wasn't a perfect iPhone by any means, but it was a very good device, and it was also the last iPhone to actually have, a headphone jack as well, which is honestly very, very funny to kind of think about sometimes. So I look at a device like that, and I'm very happy with that device, but throughout the lifespan of the iPhone 6S Plus, it kind of seemed like everybody hated it. In my opinion, it genuinely looked like nobody really liked the iPhone 6S Plus throughout its lifespan, and it was kind of overshadowed by the iPhone 7 Plus, and then when the iPhone 10 came out, people kind of forgot about this device. But I think when we look back, I think this was a very interesting iPhone that Apple made, and it made me feel very, very happy when I used it and owned it for a while. And I do think, Apple doesn't have to make another one of these iPhones, but I think in the future, that type of thought process is very, very surprising, and I'd be surprised to see what happens in the future, with Apple's next couple of lineups. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.